Hey everyone, it's Chris from Smithy Finance. This is the Midday Market Report for February 12th. So we had the CPI numbers come out this morning. They came out at 8:30, and these numbers will move the market, especially in the beginning of the trading day. So the numbers were actually quite bearish. The basic inflation number came in at 3.0. The market was expecting 2.9, and the core rate was 3.3. The market was expecting 3.1. So look, that's a hot number and not a good number for the markets in general. And the robots, the algorithms know that that's a bad number, and they just sold everything off immediately. We had the market, the Dow down 400, gold was down 40, silver only down a dime or so, and copper was about flat at that moment, which is interesting. They knocked crypto, Bitcoin was down somewhat, and it's been weak lately. So everything was down, and this is how it goes. And you cannot worry about that bad number, because a bad number and a bad opening can really give you a lot of information about the market. How well does the market handle that storm, that initial storm, and what does it look like as the day proceeds? So here we are now. The Dow is only down 150 points. The NASDAQ is actually up a smidge. It wasn't down huge. I think it was down 250 points or so, 200. So we're now up 14. We had gold, as I said, down 40. Right now, gold is about flat, and the gold stocks are actually up 2%. Silver, which was only down a dime at the worst of it, is up about 50 cents at the moment. Let me just get a fresh quote on that. Yeah, silver up 53 cents. That's a big move. And copper. So copper's been crazy. On Monday, it was up to 470 yesterday, which was up 13 cents. Big move. Yesterday, it went back into the 458, 459. And here we are back at 470. And the stocks are doing this along with the number. So as I always say, you've got to trade the ups and downs, especially commodity stocks, because they are infamous for gapping up or gapping down the next day, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I've always got buys and sells. AYA, which is Aya Gold and Silver, which really has been a crappy performer lately. They came out with some news on Monday. Market didn't like it very much. Plus, it's been a weak couple of days. I bought some at 11.40 Canadian. Today I sold a little bit at 12.40 Canadian, but I still own a ton. So like I'm always saying, I'm always trading around my position and always got a bid and an offer on the stock, on all of my stocks. I've got to tell you, I really like Bitcoin, as I've mentioned here before. So my offers are thin on the Bitcoin, and anytime it pulls back, I do add. Speaking of which, so we had, right now we've got MicroStrategy, actually known as Strategy. It's just dropped a little bit. It's at 322. It's still up 1% on the day. It had been up 3%. IBIT, which is the BlackRock ETF, is up 1.8%. It had been up about 2.5%. So when the market is going to open weak, I always kind of go, okay, what stock would I like to buy if it really sold off? So I kind of go hunting. Let's have a look. Reddit is one that I've mentioned here a few times, and it's been super strong. And I've been just, I've got a small position. I want to own more. I'm waiting for a pullback. It's not coming. So I thought, let's see how it looks this morning. Well, guess what? It was down like 30 cents on the open. And this is a $217, $215 stock. So that's disappointing, but also instructive that is such a bullish signal that even on a 400-point down day, it can barely go down. It did go down maybe $2 from 215 to 213 or 213 to 211, something like that. Right now it's 217. It's up 1.8%. So I didn't do anything. Their earnings are on, I think it's tonight. I think it's February 12th. So let's see what that looks like. If the earnings are great, anyway, we'll see how the stock reacts. Maybe I add, maybe I subtract. Depends on the outlook and how the stock reacts to the numbers. So that's what we're looking at right now. Um, that's about it. But these bad days, it's really important that you do not sell on the open. You might panic a little bit. Oh my God, it's going to be a crappy day. I need to get smaller. But the opening, especially the first half hour, the first 15 minutes, is always going to have the most emotion in it and the worst opening or the worst prices that you probably see on the day are in the first 15 minutes or so. It's not always the case. Sometimes you'll get the drop and then a small rally and then a further drop. That does happen. Market is full of surprises, but generally speaking, when there is bearish news, the worst price is in the first half hour. And when there's very bullish news, the best price is usually in the first half hour. So we don't want to get caught up in that emotion. We need to fade your emotions. So when you're feeling fear, when you're feeling the worst, maybe add a little bit or at least don't subtract. And when you're feeling really ebullient and excited, almost always sell a little bit, sell something, take a little bit off the table, because sure as shit, a bad day is going to come or a bad reaction is going to come and you'll wish you weren't quite as long as you are. So look, that's all I've got for now. Looks like we've survived this bad CPI number. And away we go. Gold, silver still look great. Copper looks great. Um, you got to be involved in those fields, in those stocks. I've got some names that I like, and perhaps on another day we'll go through some of them. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for checking in. I'll see you in the next one.